Natasha Davis from Because You Can. Today, what I wanted to talk to you about was something that I feel really passionate about. And what that is that, to live a life that is anything else but who you are, I think is a tragedy. Yeah. So, but there are so many people kind of fitting in with others and playing small and being in a job that they hate or, um, you know, doing things, surrounding themselves with lots of people who aren't their tribe in a sense. So, I was thinking about all of that and I was kind of thinking in terms of like, um, how that feels really, I suppose. I was thinking about how that feels and to, to kind of fit yourself in where you don't fit, make yourself fit where you don't fit. And there's lots of reasons why we do that, but it's not very nice, is it? It doesn't feel good. Lots of reasons why we do that, and sometimes it's about being kind to others. We think it's kind to others when we stick ourselves in amongst a place where we don't fit, because we don't want to leave anybody out, or we don't want to upset anybody, and we put others before ourselves in a sense. But also, it's not very kind to you to do that because you are then in a situation, whether it's a job that you don't really like, or being around people that aren't your tribe, or doing activities that you don't really want to do, but you're just doing it because someone else wants to do it. And I'm always saying you should go outside your comfort zone. And I think it's good to try things that you wouldn't normally do. Maybe someone else wants to do. Give them a go. See how you like them, because that's how we learn. That's how we find things that we like. I myself, when I started doing psychology, I didn't know what it was, so I was kind of outside of my comfort zone. Ethnology sounded good. Didn't know what it was. Did it, and then really, really loved it, and did lots of it after. So, you know, if you find you're putting yourself where you don't fit, if you find you're in a situation where you trying a lot, and what I used to do was that I used to go, I should be able to cope in this situation. I should be able to cope because, I have all these skills and I should be able to do this, and I should be able to be around these people who aren't my tribe. And yeah, I can, because I can perceive things differently and I can do things differently. But actually, it feels much better to be doing the things that really make your heart sing, or being around the people that lift you up. Yeah, and that's wherever you are on your journey, be around the people that lift you up. Because if you're constantly around people who are telling you you can't do something, then it's quite, you can go, well, I can cope with this. I can just let that go. I can do all these things. But actually, it's easier. Seek out the people who lift you up. So your energy stays up more. So, yeah, when if you're in a job that you don't love, then what are you doing there? What are you doing there? And I loved my job when I worked in my job, but there was there was challenge after I got to know it a lot, and I got to be able to do it. There was the challenge element was missing, so I was finding other ways to find that challenging element. So I was in my job and enjoying my job, but I was doing the other things outside of my job to give me challenge, to give me uncertainty, to give me excitement, because I got to know my job so well that I kind of did it standing on my head a lot of the time. So it was like I could do it with my eyes shut, in a sense. Not really, but you know what I mean. So yeah, maybe what you're doing isn't providing things like that for you. Isn't providing challenge. Isn't providing that uncertainty. We all need certainty and uncertainty. We all need structure and kind of flow. So it's all good, but we all have to find our own way. We all have our own journey. We all kind of nobody else can tell you what to do in your journey. It's your journey, but it's finding what fits with you really. And I always say that is that we have to find what works for us. So if you looked at your life, if you looked at who you are being, and are you really being yourself without worrying about what other people think, or are you fitting in where you don't belong? Are you not wanting to rock the boat with things by speaking up? Because like I do a lot of stuff about ask for what you want, yeah, and some of my clients have asked for what they wanted and got amazing things. So if we don't ask, we don't get. If we don't want to rock the boat, or we don't want to ask for something, or we're not assertive, then we're not going to get it. So, but it's quite liberating and freeing to be able to ask for what you want. And the worst that can happen is you can get a no. So, you know, are you doing that? Are you playing small there? Are you kind of not asking for what you want in case you upset someone else? Or, you know, are you playing full out? Are you being yourself? And, you know, I'm at the point where, you know, sometimes people say things to me and I say, do you know what, that's great, that's your opinion, you're entitled to it, but this is how I do it, you know. So I can say that now, whereas, you know, many years ago I might not have been able to do that, because I wasn't being fully myself, or I wasn't able to speak up and kind of ask for what I wanted and stuff. So, are you happy in your job? Are you doing something you love? Because when you do something that you love, it isn't work. It's not like work. It's really inspiring and exciting, and there's variety and all of those things. It's not work in a sense. If you're in a place, and you know, it's never the situation, it's how you think about it too. So some people can be in the same job as you and be entirely happy, and it gives them everything they want. And then someone else can be in that same job, and maybe it's not doing that for them anymore, or and it's not the job doing that for them, really. It's about the way they think about it. But also, I think there's different points of our journey. It's okay to want different things as well. So kind of what I wanted 10 years ago is different to what I want now. What I want in 10 years time might be different to what I want now, and that's okay. So, you know, the job I had 10 years ago wouldn't be as stimulating for me now. You know, it's growth, because you're constantly in growth. So I think often we feel, you know, bad, or we kind of take responsibility for stuff that isn't ours, and we think we should be able to cope in a situation, yeah. Because what does kind of a lot of personal development tells us that, you know, we should be able to be around all people, and we are able to be around all people, but who do we want to be around? You know, we should be able to be in any job and be happy, because happiness comes from within, and we can be in any job and be happy. But what's wrong with having a job that you want? Nothing. Yeah. So, a couple of things from that. Are you being yourself? Are you fitting? Are you making yourself fit in? Or are you standing out and speaking up? Are you happy with where you are in terms of growth, your job, your friends, all of that, you know, your surroundings? Are you happy with that? Is there more happiness out there for you? What could you do to create that? So I hope you enjoyed that. That was just my thoughts this morning, you know. Thinking about that it's a tragedy that we, you know, if we don't live the life that we have the potential to live, if we aren't being our true selves, or we aren't feeling 100% us, then it's a tragedy to me. That's like, oh gosh, there's like, you know, there's more for you, and you know, it's that playing small, that fitting in, all of that doesn't feel good. You know, you probably know it doesn't feel good. So hopefully that's a helpful video, and I'll see you again sometime soon. Have a good day.